Welcome to another Snarkfest. We are doing The Lost World, the second Jurassic Park movie. A bit of history before we get into this. This is kind of funny because the original story of what happened is Michael Crichton was writing a book called Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg said, hey, you should finish writing that book so we can auction it, make a movie off it, and make a boatload of money. So he did. They did. And then they made a boatload of money and everybody was happy. Then Steven Spielberg went up to Michael Crichton and said, hey, you need to write a sequel for that so we can, make another movie off it and make even more money. Michael Crichton said, well, I really don't do sequels, at which point Steven Spielberg put a gun to his head and said, make a goddamn sequel. So he did. And then Steven Spielberg, having that sequel, ripped it up, threw it apart, and then just made a completely separate movie that has absolutely nothing to do with the books.
Oh, cool. All right. Glad we did that.
So no doubt. So I mean, there are little tie-ins of there's this thing that happens in the book, but by and large, the movie there's nothing cohesive. There is no this, that, the other thing. And also we should mention that the sequel book he wrote is a sequel to the movie, not a sequel to the book, because Ian Malcolm dies in the original book. And in the movie he survived, thus why we get Ian Malcolm as the main character for this movie.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Because what I find hilarious is when Stephen King wrote a sequel to The Shining, he wrote it as a sequel to his own book, despite all the discrepancies the movie had with it. So when they made that book into a movie, the poor director was like, all right, how do I make this work? Because characters were dead in the movie that hadn't died in the book and were in the book. And
yeah.
But they made it work.
Hey, if you can make it work, you can make it work. So, hey, why not? But yeah, like I said,
he didn't even write a sequel to his own book. He wrote it to the movie.
But yeah, like I said, it's a whole thing of just this, the story of the book has absolutely nothing to do with the story of the movie. And the whole loose thread of what happened to the embryos that were in the can. I mean, well, that's just complete red herring and no one even knows anymore. I mean, that the company that even did that, I think, is gone now because now they have a new company, I think. But yeah, it's just the whole thing of just what the hell. Also, I'm going to point out, this is kind of where Steven Spielberg tries to go a little bit more of a horror movie route. And unfortunately, it kind of turns into more of a goofy movie, unfortunately, because this movie is filled entirely with scientists who are complete and utter dullards. So yeah, Ian Malcolm's basic point of the movie is basically like, hey, by the way, I've read the script. You're in a Jurassic Park movie. Let me tell you what happens next, and no one listens to him. So yeah, it's not real. It's not a horrible movie. It does make cinematic sense, but it's not a good movie by any stretch. So yeah.
I mean, I've never bothered watching it, and it's not because the dinosaurs are scary. It's because I've heard it's a really terrible movie.
It is. Like I said, it's not as bad as 3, but that isn't exactly saying much.
I love 3. It's so cheesy.
No, like I said, there are. This is kind of where Steven Spielberg tries to go a little bit more of a horror movie route, and there are 3 scenes that I think might get you a little bit squirmy, but I will warn you. Yeah,
I'm a big kid.
So we'll go ahead and get this started, and everybody go ahead and get your logos pulled up. We had to skip forward because I had the FBI logo. We're currently at the Universal, where the South America is currently right beneath the R. So everybody get your method of playment. Oh my God. Everybody get your method of playing ready, and in 3, 2, 1, play. Maybe. Oh no. There it goes. No, I hit it, and then I forgot this mouse sucks, so it didn't register the click, so I had to go to the actual mouse on this to actually click it. So, but I'm playing now.
Is there anything happening?
Right now I got a black screen. You should be pretty good. So.
Oh, I hear something.
Yeah, they go really long on this black part now. I don't know exactly how long they held it. Yeah. Now you see ocean, I'm assuming?
I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah.
Let me know when you see Isla Sorna.
Okay. I see it now. Play.
All right, cool.
87 miles southwest of Isla Nublar.
Yep.
Yeah, by the way,
is where the first movie took place, right?
Yes. This is a different island. They get into it, but basically this is the island where they had all this is where they did all the experiments and stuff of like, okay, this is how the dinosaurs react and blah 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 blah. This is where they bred the dinosaurs, then they moved them to Isla Nublar for the actual park.
That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, you would think, but hey. And a rich family who apparently owns a yacht and just, I don't know, is this a thing? Do rich people just go up to random islands?
I thought I have subtitles turned on. Where are my subtitles?
Yeah, I thought I did too, but mine aren't on either.
Oh, maybe it's just as part of the movie then?
I don't know. You would think. I mean, granted, they're not really talking to anybody.
Usually subtitles are like indistinct chattering.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, but...
Oh my god, that little girl looks familiar. I think she's like a real actress these days.
She maybe, I don't know. But yeah, she's going, yeah, like I said, a rich family just going on to some island that was snake. Snakes on the beach. There are snakes on the beach. There could be sea snakes. They're very dangerous. You don't want her running across those. Yeah, how far did you let her go?
Too far.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I get that she's a kid and she wants to be a kid. She doesn't want to, be lingering on there, but still, it's like, this is way too far. And we get our first shot of a dinosaur here coming up. It's not a scary one. All
right, I accidentally skipped ahead.
It's Compy. Where are you at?
There's no more about
Little Compy, baby Compy. Yep. By the way, those dinosaurs, what we believe, they were venomous. Their fangs seem to show venom grooves. So,
is she feeding
also, it? I know she's a chick. I know she's a kid. Never, ever, I don't care. Never, ever, ever feed a wild animal.
No, you don't feed wild animals.
Because then they associate you with food. You don't feed them. You don't give them water. If you see a wild animal, leave it the heck alone.
Because then they become unafraid of humans, and all they do is steal it from you. And they're very angry about it.
Yep, and if you don't give them food, they will attack you.
Yep.
So, yeah, here's the thing. They're not looking at the sandwich like food. They're looking at you like food. Yeah, you heard her screaming for like 13 seconds, but...
It's fine.
Yeah, so everybody come blitzing over. And
I don't think she made it.
This is a scene that's supposed to be horrifying, but it turns into kind of comedy because it goes from her screaming to Jeff Goldblum yawning.
Yep.
So yeah.
I don't think the little girl made it.
She does. She actually survived. In the book, she doesn't, but in this, she survives. Like, you remember how I said they kind of put in like, oh, there's a little bit like, oh, there's a bit here that's in the book. In this, that scene actually happened in the original Jurassic Park book, not in this, but in the book, she does die. And here, this part. Yeah, what they're setting up here is that Ian Malcolm, before the whole thing, was a unknown, respected person, but now he's kind of a known, not respected person. My subtitles are so screwed up here. They're on the DVD. You'd think they'd have better subtitles, but no, these are weird. I don't want to spoil what the heck they're getting into, but yeah. Because they do explain it in about 5 minutes or so, but yeah, it's just, I'm very clearly uncomfortable, and everybody's looking at him, but and this is the manor. Flip. Richard Attenborough's manor. I forget. John Hammond. Yep. Because John Hammond called him. That's why he's going.
I've been summoned.
Yep.
Ominous.
Yep. Which, that's a weird place. I don't know. Do rich people live in houses like that? Because it does feel very Silent Hill-y. Or Resident Evil. And the kids from the first movie, they survived.
Oh, look how old they are.
I know. Although
it's been 4 years.
Yeah. My question is, why would they come up and hug him? Because they didn't really interact with him.
I got to take a work call. Don't worry, I'll be back.
Okay. No, but it's just, he didn't really interact with the kids at all in the first one. So it's kind of like, why is he doing this? But, I mean, great, because it is kind of like, oh, look, there's that guy who kind of ran in the same direction that we ran when the dinosaurs were escaping. But yeah, I remember how I said they were setting up. This is where they set it up. This is where they set up. And basically what it is for everybody not listening or not watching the movie is after the dinosaurs escaped, Ian Malcolm went public. He basically went public and said, dinosaurs, there are dinosaurs. They ate people. People are dead. When he signed a non-disclosure agreement. So now the company is like discrediting him and making him like, oh no, there are no dinosaurs. He's an idiot, blah, 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 blah. And that's what they're setting up here. And it's just a whole bunch of legal mumbo jumbo about that. And the kid's just awkwardly sitting in the background. It's like, you guys can go away now. Yep, then there they go. Yeah. Yeah, and like you say, it's just you're spinning reality. People are dead because of you guys and dinosaurs and blah blah blah. And also, this is happening is the guy on the left here is John Hammond's nephew, and he is currently doing a hostile takeover of the company that John Hammond owns, which is called InGen. If you care, I guess it is kind of a plot point that it's called InGen, so keep that in mind.
Didn't sell anything. I was going to send, and I told the truth.
And please also try to ignore Marie's work call. I will try to snark over it. Yeah, you come up and Push is like, oh yeah, we're friendly. No, here's my favorite, one of the best parts. Like, when you screw up, I'm going to be there and I'm going to laugh. And here we see Richard Attenborough, who is really. I don't remember how long was between this movie and Jurassic Park, but the actor did kind of age, and this is why they have him pretty much bedridden in this, and tied up to IVs and everything. So, but now he's getting into the plot of the movie, which is that right now since no one knows about the dinosaurs, rich couples are going up and having dinner on this island when there are dinosaurs and people are getting eaten. Again, please try to ignore Marie's work call. But
we're having problems.
Rich people are going up to this island. So what John Hammond wants to do is now he wants to announce that, hey, there are dinosaurs. We can't have people going on this island. So he's trying to set it up like a nature preserve to keep people away from the islands. 4 years, okay. So it's been 4 years. By the way, we could kind of hear your phone call, so I was trying to snark over it.
Yeah, I should have.
It's all right.
Muted it, but it was a thing.
It's all right, no worries. No, but basically what you missed is that Ian Malcolm, after the dinosaur invasion, because he signed like a non-disclosure agreement before going on the island, after the dinosaurs escaped and killed everybody, he went and made it public news. So InGen basically discredited him and basically was like, no, there are no dinosaurs, blah, 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 blah. He's making this all up. And that's why he's no longer respected. And the actual plot of the movie now is that since no one knows about dinosaurs, richer people are just going up and having dinner on an island, apparently. And then people are getting attacked. So now he's trying to get it set up as a nature preserve. That's the plot of the movie, is that they're trying to make this a nature preserve. And yeah.
I came in and I saw that they did mention how the dinosaurs should have died after 7 days, but you know,
the lysine contingency. Yeah, they explained that in a bit. Although, granted, it's kind of like I know how they escaped the lysine contingency, and then I was like, I don't care.
And you want to send people in. Very few people.
Oh my god, they put the subtitles there on the white door. I can't read these. This is awful. Yeah. Who made these subtitles?
Yeah, and it's like got 4 people to go to the island.
Eddie Carr, who's a field equipment expert. We have
He might be the 4th. Yeah, he's not. Why would he go back after he survived the dinosaurs? Is the question.
We've been on the verge of chapter 11,
especially after they discredited him.
Yeah. Well, John Hammond wasn't the one doing that. That was another guy who is doing a hostile takeover of the company. It's a whole lot of blah 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 blah, and none of it really matters to the sake of the movie because, like I said, it's just blah blah blah.
Well, she's fine. But,
their wee girl was injured. Also, I looked it up. The actress who plays the little girl was also in Push, which is why I recognized her. She was Kira, Chris Evans' girlfriend. Yeah. If anyone cares. Oh, all right. I'll be right back.
All right. Yep. You went for capitalist, naturalist. Like, yeah, that's a good line. Yep. And then this is kind of the part where he kind of pulls an ace out of his sleeve. Because remember how I said that there's no way Ian Malcolm would go? There is a... for anybody not paying attention, Ian Malcolm's girlfriend is on the island now. Yeah. His girlfriend is already on the island. That's the only way you could possibly get Ian Malcolm to go. Just that look of just, you are so... Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back.
I muted it that time. Did it work?
Yes, it did. And what they set up there, what you probably missed, is that the reason that they're getting the reason Ian Malcolm is going to go to the island is because his girlfriend is currently on the island, like right now, on the island right now.
Why is she on the island?
She's there to take pictures of all these giant animals. Like I said, they're trying to make it a nature preserve. So she's there taking pictures, documenting that these animals, they're living, they're surviving, they're thriving even without any human intervention. So everybody stay the hell away.
Stop.
Also, the only reason why Ian Malcolm is going is because Jeff Goldblum, I think, was the only one who signed up for the sequel, unlike Sam O'Neill and
Sam Neill and Laura Dern did not sign up for the sequel. Yeah. It's like, now this is a rescue mission. And then he has this kind of moment of, wait, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
See, I don't know why they ever thought a sequel would... Like... When people make sequels, they forget what made the first movie so successful.
Mm-hmm. Bingo. This is very much that case. And here they're making the whole jeeps and stuff that they're going to be taking to the island to survive in because, yeah, there are dinosaurs, and the last thing you want is a dinosaur coming into camp.
Yeah.
Which is why you got these pretty cool jeeps that have roll cages and stuff like that on them, but... And here we meet the other 2 Yahoos. And by the way, Vince Vaughn is in this movie too. Yay!
Oh, yeah. Wow, okay. Yes. Yes.
That was the best reaction ever.
This is a fun day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just find it funny. I say Vince Vaughn's in the movie, and then Marie's reaction of, super busy, Marie, today. Yeah, Hammond's check cleared. Otherwise, I would be going on this wild goose chase. I wouldn't be going either if the check cleared, because this is the first major real misstep of they bring his daughter. And ignore Marie's hand there for no reason. It doesn't raise the question of how is this girl his daughter when Sarah, his girlfriend, looks absolutely nothing like her. Granted, they make a plot point of it. So it's kind of like, well, granted, he says in the original movie that he loves having kids, and they kind of make a plot point of that too. So it is very possible he just got with someone. Yeah. By the way,
did he have like 5 ex-wives or something, or 5 kids?
Yeah, but yeah, this black girl is his daughter, so keep that in mind.
He's had a lot of women.
Yep. But it's just, and now he's trying to be like, okay, I gotta go save my girlfriend. You need to go do something.
Oh my God, does she go with them?
What's up?
She goes with them, doesn't she?
Yep.
Who wrote this movie and thought any of this was a good idea?
No one.
I thought Spielberg. What? Oh, no one? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. Because, like I said, in a movie filled of scientists and people you would think are intelligent, everybody acts like a complete dullard. Mind you, they don't intentionally take her with. She kind of sneaks aboard, but still.
Well, I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah, there. You like to have kids, you just don't want to be there for them.
You like to have kids, but you just don't want to be there.
I'm not the one who dumped you here and split for Paris, so don't take it out on me.
Kind of surprised he didn't just like put her in boarding school. It's weird that
doubt.
she's like at work at this lab with him.
Yeah,
and he's on the girlfriend, like what, number 4 or something?
Probably something like that.
Don't listen to me.
And yeah, now they're just going over the technical details of the trailers and stuff. This here, the high hide.
The high hide. The high hide. You know, you go off and you hide. Hide. Because that's where the trees are. And it keeps the researchers out of harm's way.
I like what Ian Malcolm says there. It's actually not. You don't go up there to hide. You're actually putting us at very convenient biting height. So, yeah, and they just let this little girl wander around aimlessly. Wouldn't someone be like, "Hey"? Yeah, like I said, everybody on this movie is a complete idiot except for Ian Malcolm. And the only reason he's not is because like I said, his character is basically, I know what happens next. Listen to me, and I will solve all your problems. Although a pretty cool RV, I will say. That'd be pretty nice to live in for a while. Take that thing camping.
It's like a mini train, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Las Cinco de Motes. I don't know Spanish, so.
The 5 Mortes.
I don't know. But yeah. That's you would think they could have chartered a better boat than that, but
No, not for how heavy the shit is up there. It'd be a barge just like that.
I'm a little bit surprised the boat doesn't just capsize. Yeah, it's just, why am I doing this? Why am I here? And here we have a big tranquilizer gun, but we only have one. Keep that in mind.
I loaded it with the enhanced venom with Conus purple acid, Salsicone shell. Most powerful neurotoxin in the world, acts within 2,000th of a second, which is faster than the nerve conduction velocity. So the animal's down before it even feels the. Don't do that. dead before you could realize you had an accident.
So that's definitely going to happen at some point in this movie.
Yeah.
He's for too many stories about
Yeah, this island chain.
and he wants to drop us off and go anchor somewhere offshore. And people they cuento.
Vince Vaughn, is the translator. That makes sense.
Yeah, why not?
Go to the island and then.
Yeah, now they're setting up he has
He has a radio. He has a satellite phone.
Oh, Los Cinco Muertes is the 5 deaths. So that is the name of the island chain. The 5 deaths. Yes, let's turn that island chain into our dinosaur paradise.
Yeah, Mike, what did it get those names before this happened, or was this name before they set up the dinosaurs?
They just said it.
That's the question. But yeah, and here, yeah,
I like the giant RV train they have to like camp in.
yeah.
It's not outrunning any dinosaur.
Well, like I said, they do have like big roll cages on it, so you'd think that could protect them from the small dinosaurs. And they are saying that they're deliberately going to try and stay away from the bigger one, like T-Rex. But what happens later kind of disproves that.
Did they just find her phone? This is way too
quick.
quick.
No, watch. Here comes our first real joke coming up here soon. Yeah, there's the first joke, and thank you, Land Before Time reference.
It's fair.
Yep. And here we got some more dinosaurs, although they're not. Well, yeah. Stegosaurus, which we did not.
The CGI is not as good as the first movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is awful.
Yeah, but the difference.
As well as the first
no doubt. The difference is that in the first one they kind of kept the dinosaurs to a minimum. In this one, they just throw them all on the screen ASAP. And like you said, the CGI is not as good.
Like that wasn't as a big of an impact as the first time you see them in the first movie.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ooh, that's how it always starts. And later
Yeah. And like I said, it all starts out of giant dinosaurs, they're awesome, and then it turns into we're screwed because they're gonna eat us.
I'm already trying to figure out in my head if Vince Vaughn's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make it.
I won't spoil it.
And I think Dark Knight's gonna shoot himself in the foot. Man, she is young looking.
Yeah. This is I don't know if this was like one of her first big roles. She was super
Was this before
young.
or after Hannibal?
Yeah. It wasn't her first big role, I will say, but it was one of them, I will say. So because Hannibal came out before this, obviously. But yeah.
Well, no, because she was in the sequel, because Hannibal was originally Jodie Foster.
She was only in the sequel? Oh, okay. I haven't seen Hannibal in God knows how long, so go. Yeah. So yeah, she is Ian's girlfriend. So, and this kind of brings me to one is that their relationship totally fine. Them being in a relationship is not a thing in this movie at all. How would you not know that's her lucky pack, dude? You're supposed to be dating this girl.
Well, it's probably, since they both travel a lot for work, I don't know if they always travel to the same sites together. So maybe it's just been a while since he's seen her.
Maybe. But granted, yeah, she has been on the island more than they have, so. Yeah, and here she's like, I figured out how they survived without lyseums, and he's just like, I don't care. These are monsters. They tried to kill me. Let's go. And here we see another big thing of apparently these are intelligent people, but doing stupid things.
I'm not sure if they're intelligent. 2 of them are just like videographers. Like people who shoot that, like who do this stuff, they're adrenaline junkies.
Yeah,
they're not.
True. That's true. But here, You probably see in the background baby
Spikes?
Stegosaurus. Never, ever, ever, ever approach an infant wild animal because mom and dad don't like that.
Usually,
Oh
mom.
my God. Yeah, especially to an infant. And also, never touch a wild animal.
Yeah, you don't touch the babies because then the mommies can't identify them by smell anymore.
Yeah. Don't touch the babies,
Nope,
even if the mother could, it is very possible that the mother would just be like, "Hey, you're screwing around with my baby. F you." Yeah, like the whole comedy stick of she can't not touch, blah blah blah.
It's got a leaf stuck in its mouth.
Yeah. Well, it is a robot, so or animatronic, but so.
Hey, Trevor.
Maybe big iguanas. Yeah, thank you. And the camera, because you ran out of film or something, and that, baby's afraid now. Guess what? You pissed off parents.
God, those parents, the CGI looks awful. Why is she running into them?
Yeah, I don't know. She's an idiot. And it's like, shoot them. They're just protecting their baby. That's why you brought the trank gun, to protect yourself from giant creatures in case you got stupid. And she got very stupid.
What is even going on right now? Why did she think hiding in a log was going to save her?
Stegosaurus are very stupid dinosaurs. Their brains were about the size of my finger, so you just have to so it's just kind of like object permanence. You just kind of have to make them not see you for a little bit, and they'll forget you ever existed.
I shoot their whole life, they never get stuff happens to them. I mean, you can give me the poster right now, today, please.
Yeah, and you just getting your way too big for your britches there, buddy. You're still on an island with killer dinosaurs. Yeah, we're here. And there. We're here to observe and document, not interact. What the hell were you just doing, you idiot?
Look at the pretty baby.
Yeah, let me pet. No. Gosh, I have a feeling she'd be the one to go up to a wild bear and be like, "Oh, look, cute."
She would definitely do that.
Yeah. And by the way, I've seen people do that on TikTok. And then they wonder why they get mauled. Like I said, never, ever, 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 ever touch a wild animal. Leave it alone. Who lit the fire?
I'm trying to change 100 years of entrenched dogma. Dinosaurs were
Yeah, and here she's going like, I can now prove that blah blah blah. The dinosaurs are different from what we thought of. Blah 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 blah. Just
earliest opportunity.
This is all information we already know now. We don't need to recreate dinosaurs. And here, okay, there's a fire. Let me pour water on it. No, that makes steam. Kick dirt on it. And yeah.
I just want it ready when you come.
I am watching your reaction more than I'm watching the movie because, like I said, I've seen this movie. I know what happens. You haven't, and I am loving it.
Don't listen to me. I thought you were trying to tell me something.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were trying to tell me something. Yeah, I clearly want you to come to an island full of giant monsters to get eaten.
Hey, don't start the giving up thing about this.
Yeah.
Really, Eddie, what? Why in the hell does this thing ever work?
It's not a landline. You're not in a phone booth.
This is back when cell phones were not a thing, and satellite phones were still really, really crappy.
kind of documentation.
Oh, how technology has changed.
Animals is a sacred cause.
Yeah, that's a great idea. While you're at one scenery, so cool. Hey,
Yeah, now he's like, okay, I'm getting off this island. Do you guys want me to give your wills to your family? Because he clearly assumed none of them are making it off.
okay, listen. I'm taking my daughter out of here. Anybody who wants to come with me, this is your last chance to get out.
So listen, we're out in the field, nothing we can do.
But remember, like I said, how where their relationship is fully fine.
I like Ian.
We've no family, no-
Like I said, he's the only good character in this movie. But I think that I think their relationship should be on the rocks. I think it should be like she's like, no, we're gonna break up because we don't care. Yeah, here we see how she's been living. She's lived in this back trailer.
Right now.
Apparently, no one ever looked in. Yeah,
Like they were supposed to live in that thing, and no one like went.
Ian, don't do that.
but yeah, you can see she's kind of got a little nest back there.
Dude, I
But yeah, like I said, what I think they should have been is like, no, the relationship is on the rocks because she cares about this stuff and he doesn't. So in the course of mending their relationship, he has to care about he has to learn to care. Yeah.
Height restriction. If you wanted to arrest me for something, why did you bail me out of that fundraiser at the museum 3 weeks ago like you said you would?
This is slightly different situation.
Yeah, and here they're just saying, it was like, yeah, you're really bad at keeping promises, dude.
You never showed up. Well, why not rescue me when I really need it? Actually, be there when you say you will. You know, I have made a career out of waiting.
How are you still with them?
Don't know.
Please. Privacy.
Yeah, privacy outside. Wait for 5 seconds. Yeah.
I love that you wrote in of course. I really do. It's very touching. Very dramatic. I just need you to show up in a cab every once in a
Yeah, and here, don't go outside. There are dinosaurs out there. Have her go to the front of the vehicle. This thing's pretty long.
Well, he doesn't want to have this conversation with her.
But again, she can go to the other end of the trailer because like I said, it's a big thing. So
Look, I just need you.
yeah, what you need is a good antipsychotic.
5 or 6 days.
Back to 5 or 6 pieces.
What bothers you is that I'm not afraid of this place and you are.
Of course, he's afraid of
He's
them.
seen what it can do.
He almost got eaten several times over. Yep. And here we go, helicopters.
Why are there helicopters?
This is the other plot of the movie.
Right now. Hello. Over here.
Yeah.
It says InGen on the side.
Remember that InGen is the company that Hammond owns. So InGen on the chopper, those are Hammond. Those are helicopters that Hammond. Yeah.
Haven't even started.
This is what the second team is. Because remember how I said there's kind of like a hostile takeover going on? John Hammond wants to make it like, oh, this is a nature preserve, everybody stay away. This guy is like, no, let's take the dinosaurs and actually make the park on the mainland.
Because that's a great idea.
Oh,
After
yeah.
the first one fails so miserably.
We see later. Like I said, I'm loving your reactions.
Let's find a new spot, shall we? Over now.
And where we got Pete Pothaway, the hunter guy, great actor, who unfortunately tragically passed away, I believe, not too long ago. But yeah,
We sign the checks, tell us we're doing a good job, and open your case of stocks when we have a good day. Second condition, my fee. You can keep it. All I want in exchange for my services is the right to hunt one of the Tyrannosaurs. A nail, a buck, only. How and why am I business? Now, if you don't
he wants to actually hunt the T-Rex.
go ahead.
Of course he does.
And right here, or in a swamp, or in the middle of a rat's nest, for all I care. I've been on too many safaris with rich dentists to listen to any more suicidal ideas. Okay.
I do love that parrot. I'm like, I've been on too many safaris with rich dentists to go with any more stupid ideas. Because
I don't know any rich dentists. Dentists and rich don't normally go in the same sentence.
Yeah, well, but there have been a lot of things of like rich people go on safaris and then realize that wild animals are wild fucking animals and then wonder why they die. Yeah, and there we got.
Why are there a ton of dinosaurs right here?
Yeah. Yeah, and this part here is really stupid. I'm sorry. No, just no.
Oh yeah, let's ride underneath the dinosaur like the Fast and the Furious goes underneath semi-trucks.
Oh, here, this guy here in the cowboy hat. When this movie came out, there were basically two really big paleontologists. One was Bacher, and I forget the other one's name, and I forget which one was which. But this guy, because like I said, there were two of them. This movie hired one of them as kind of like their dinosaur consultant, and then the other guy is a rival. This guy is made up specifically to look like the rival.
Wow.
And their rivalry, and no, there's a funny part later, but the rivalry is pretty in depth. Of like, okay, like the big one is, was T-Rex a predator or was it a scavenger? Because at this point we were
I remember that, yeah.
Because now we know that T-Rex mostly scavenged. We do know that it did actively hunt, but most of its food probably was scavenging. So, yeah, here. They got tranquilizer darts too. And they're just, yeah. That's a really cool truck, though. I don't think it would actually practically drive well. Yeah, at least they put padding on the thing, I guess. Yeah, here we actually get a thing of them looking down. They're looking down on these poachers. Yeah, notice how they have the high ground, metaphorically, physically. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Movie shorthand, people. Yeah, and then these dinosaurs, the one with the thing on the back of their head, the they have a long name that is goddamn impossible to pronounce. I don't know what the hell. I can't even pronounce it. And I'm a dinosaur nerd, all right? Well, it's like Paraphilophosaurus. It's insanely long for no apparent reason. How the hell would you be able to aim that thing with the... Oh my gosh, that's...
I have no idea. That road is so bumpy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, even if that thing was tranquilized, you wouldn't be approaching it just yet. Let the tranquilizer take effect. This was done with a crane, by the way. Where we see the two people get lifted up, that was actually done with a crane. Real people being lifted up. Ouch.
Oh, you mean it wasn't just crap CGI of the people lifting up? Because that's what they would do these days.
It was crap CGI. Yeah, it was crap CGI of the dinosaur, but no, the people were real and actually being lifted up by a crane. So, yeah. And just like I said, the whole, we're looking down. And here, they find a T-Rex footprint. Burke. Yep. Yeah. It could be an Allosaur. Tyrannosaurus and Allosaurus had very similar
paws.
Similar footprints. Sorry, my brain just kind of stopped. Grand Allosaurus was not as big as T-Rex, and there. Hello. I like the symbolism here. Although I don't think this would ever happen. I don't think a wild animal would ever approach a person like that because although it doesn't know what you are, you're still a big creature that could easily eat it.
No, because remember the little girl fed it, And if other rich people have also fed these things in the past, these dinosaurs may start coming up to people expecting to be fed.
Yep.
That's why you don't feed wild animals. It's exactly
by the way, Peter Stormare, there. Thank you. Ouch. The guy who just shot, yeah, Peter Stormare. Thank you. Yeah. And here, this is the big part of no way in actual hell would a wild animal ever allow this to happen. Because we see, oh, look. I can see it. I'm going to let it actually become in the forefront. Baby T-Rex. No way in any sort of hell would the T-Rex leave its offspring without parental supervision. And if they did, they would most certainly be downwind, so they would be able to know, there's something that smells different. Let's get back there. Although I do like all the flies that they have. There's no way you can actually do this. And here, because they're evil people, they capture it and break its leg. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. It gets worse. Like I said, everybody in this movie is complete and utter retard.
Like, if you capture the bait, like, how many animals, like, both parents actually help and feed? Like, he's trying to get the male.
Yeah.
This is more likely to attract the female.
T-Rex lived in family groups, so the male and the female would live together. So, but here's the thing. Now notice, though, they've been capturing animals, and now these guys are all like, oh, look. Why is your daughter with you? Why wouldn't you have her back at camp? Leave her in the trailer where it's safe.
Is it safe, though? I mean...
A hell of a lot safer than not being in a trailer. Yep, see, they're taking the animals out.
Because that's a great idea. You saw what havoc the animals had on a handful of people. Let's bring them to all the people instead.
Yep. These things are not exactly friendly. Yeah, by the way, Marie got me this little dinosaur thing. I love it. So, yeah, anybody watching? Although I haven't named it yet. I don't know. Yep. Little comfies, yay. Don't ever stick your finger into a wild animal pen. Gosh,
I mean, you're not supposed to do that even, like, now.
Yeah. No, it reminds me at the zoo here when I was in high school, some idiot decided to, because the tiger was walking near the edge, some guy tried to reach in and pet it. Guess what happened? Yeah. Like I said, if you ever see a wild animal, don't touch. Leave it alone. Yeah. And here, let's free the dinosaurs. Yeah.
Is she like some kind of wildlife activist? Like, what is her problem?
Vince Vaughn is.
Okay.
Yeah. He's one of those Greenpeace nutties who just, yeah. Here they're setting up that they're going to open up the zoo on the mainland because they're idiots. Baby Triceratops. Why wouldn't they have like actual bolts locking these in place? You wouldn't just have. I don't.
Yeah, you think there would be like actual locks and not just like the bolt through it.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is the blanket that Jacob sent me, which I thought was hilarious.
That was your birthday gift. Yay. Although it was early, but still.
It's okay. It's so soft.
Yeah. Well, you should probably actually show the card I got you too.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to grab that later. That looks. Did they use like one of the actual toys for this model? Because that's what that looks like.
Yep, they did. That's exactly what they did. They bought one of the toy sets from the original movie, and yeah. And here, this is why you don't ever free wild animals, because they go rampaging through camp. And mind you, we did see that these guys have guns. We saw that they are armed. Why no one is shooting right now is a complete mystery.
Yeah.
And I don't know what. And yeah, these guys. Oh, we're gonna lead the T-Rex to our camp. What? Although I don't know what the hell made that truck go flying into the air like that.
Yeah, it exploded, and don't you know cars fly that far when they explode?
And remember how I said you never ever touch a wild animal? You never, even if it's injured, you never touch it. I don't care. You leave it the flip alone, because mom and dad, especially with an infant, they don't know what the heck you're doing. They don't know you're trying to help. That's the last time they leave you in charge. But no, this whole movie does make me raise the question of, okay, hey Steven Spielberg, you got a lot of big close-ups of the girl in the Indiana Jones movie, and you ended up marrying her. Do you got a thing for Peter Stormare? Because you're getting a lot of close-ups of him. Yeah, and here, they're taking the baby T-Rex to fix its leg without muzzling it. By the way, yeah. Remember how I said it gets worse? Yeah, everybody in this movie's an idiot.
Wait, those locks were not there before.
Yeah.
There weren't any locks. They just lifted the bolt.
Yeah.
Let's check the frequency.
Yeah, she knows what the hell to do.
Because she's been living there for a while and read everything in it.
Yep, pretty much. Yep. And he's getting the high set up. Yeah. It's the baby T-Rex because they're idiots. And they don't see a problem with bringing a baby T-Rex into camp. Keep that in mind.
Are you on the boat? No, it's just the boat. We're on Isla Sorna. We need to talk to the boat. Mar del Plata.
Yeah. It's clear you're not talking to the boat. Yeah. If you were ever helping out a wild animal, you would never ever go any amount of time without it being muzzled. And notice it is still not muzzled.
No, you usually trank them whenever you bring them in because they would thrash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's for your own safety that you usually, like, put them under some kind of anesthesia or, like you said, muzzle them.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the only real part of Ian not being an intelligent adult, of realizing that's a baby T-Rex. Let's maybe kill it now and get it out of here. I will say they did pretty good for the animatronic T-Rex, because that's a whole thing. It's an animatronic. They do pretty well, except for the part here where it lays down, because if you put flesh on something, it kind of contorts the object. That baby doesn't. It's still very stiff and rigid, which it wouldn't be. Yeah. And now he decides to muzzle it with his belt. Yeah, that thing would be thrashing around a hell of a lot more.
Like, they're not vets. I don't know what they expect to be able to do.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to get an accurate, like, a good X-ray with it kicking around like that. Yeah, and again, Ian Malcolm is still trying to contact the boat, and it's like, no, you'd be getting the dinosaur out of there.
No, Carlos, come in. God damn it, you bastard. Listen.
Yeah, that's why you don't bring a freaking baby T-Rex to camp.
Dad, I gotta get out of here, please. I want to get out of here. I want to go see. No, I want to go someplace else. Please, no, I don't want to be here. Go somewhere safe.
Yeah, you're safe here. No, you're not.
What is it? What? What's going on? What's going on? Information, please. What?
Yeah.
Chapter, not knowing. Come on, get us up.
Here.
Here we go.
So this thing, it just gets pulled up from a winch on the truck. There's nothing that actually secures it to the tree once it's up there.
Yeah, that's my question is how is it who went up to the tree to actually secure it? And another thing that we'll see here in a bit is that it is significantly higher than most of the other trees there. Did they find the one absolutely enormous tree to tie it to? And who went up there to secure it? But yeah, and also don't move around too much because that thing would swing so bad.
It would be if there's only one chain holding it in place and not at least like 3 or something. Like,
yeah. Yeah, and then he's trying to reassure his daughter of like, oh, this is nothing like the. Yes, it is. We hear T-Rex. And mommy's very angry. Yes, I did just spoil a line from later in the movie.
Hey, is there any way we can communicate with the trailer?
how is there a phone? Where's the wire that connects the phone to something to call the trailer?
Yeah, and the phone's ringing. Let's not answer it. Although it's very clear these guys would be the ones calling you. Who else would be calling you?
Hey, who else has that phone number?
Yeah. Like magic phones. It's the only way to say it.
Dad, please stay here. Please, Dad, stay here.
Queen?
Yeah, take the gun. Ian Malcolm, take the gun. Yeah, that thing would be swinging around so much from the mountain.
It would be.
Yeah, that seriously. Yeah, there. I give you my word. You never keep your word. You're an idiot. Oh well, bye-bye. I do like that. I do like this line. I would have squeezed a little bit harder than that.
Okay, I'm almost finished. Damn it, I need another piece of something pliable.
This is stupid.
Really?
Yeah, you're dumb, you idiot.
See, that's so unsanitary. That's going to get that wound infected.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that T-Rex, I mean, like I said, never, ever, 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 ever touch a wild animal, especially a baby. And this part here, great shot in a bad movie. Where you see the trees moving from the T-Rex moving through underneath them. Great shot, bad movie. It just walks right underneath them. You should probably shoot it.
Yeah, I should have just shot at the moving trees. It's fine.
Get the bottle of amoxicillin and fill a syringe. Infection antibiotics, and I can get it out of here.
Yeah.
Would it kill you? I'll pick it up.
And here's why you never bring by number one, this is why you don't make camp on a cliff.
They made camp on a cliff?
Yeah. And also why you don't bring a baby wild animal to camp. Because of what happens in the background.
Just don't move. Right? Too late.
These T-Rexes can see you if you don't move.
What? That
Yeah.
was like the whole thing in the last movie was don't move.
Yeah. Remember how I said, well, granted, at that point when we made that movie, we thought T-Rex couldn't see you if you don't move. Between that movie and this movie, we learned that they can. So now they're kind of going like, oh, that was actually like a genetic defect that it couldn't see when he didn't move. These ones don't have that. These ones can totally see you. Yeah, and the only reason that they're not killing you right now is because baby's there. They see baby, they don't want to kill it, but yeah, they want to kill you. And this line here coming up. This isn't hunting behavior, Ian. No shit! They came for their infant. Again, you are supposed to be intelligent.
Let me get set.
Yeah, I don't.
Careful. I got him.
Yeah,
I'm glad she
leave the
set his
muzzle
leg.
leave the muzzle on until later. Well, like I said, the only reason you guys are still breathing is because you have baby with you. As soon as you give up baby, they're gonna kill you. Gosh. Yeah, this would be so terrifying.
Fuck that.
Yeah, the T-Rex is 2 feet from you. Here's what would actually happen. You would let it go, and as soon as baby T-Rex was away from you, mother T-Rex would eat your guts. Yeah. So apparently the T-Rexes are now taking baby away to live happily ever after, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Hello?
How are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, listen, stay right where you are. Don't move. I'm going to be right back up. Understand? Don't move.
She's gonna move. Something's gonna happen.
Oh, something horrible happens here in about 5 seconds.
I know how these movies go.
Yep.
The accent that I'm
Oh, shut up.
So that should make an interesting chapter in your book.
I think that the debate over the parental instincts of the T-Rex is now.
Yeah, and remember how I said I stole a line? Boom! Now T-Rex decides to screw you guys. Yeah, and again, this is why you don't make camp on a cliff. Yeah. They're very angry. Apparently, it's very impossible to figure out how to open a door, though.
Here's the doors. Sure you know what? Oh my God! This is what they did us here.
I don't think the T-Rex would be having this much problem pushing that thing over the edge.
Hang on to something.
Thank God that thing's strong enough to hold itself up like that. Because I don't know exactly what's connecting the two trailers, but apparently it's super strong. And apparently they have glass there behind the door for some reason. Who knows?
To separate the.
Yeah, there is no explanation. That's supposed to be a door that opens up, and
It did. The door opened,
but
and we
there's
saw
glass there.
things fall out of it. I'm so confused right now.
Like
The
I said,
rain's
this
not
doesn't
pulling
make-
around her.
None of this makes any sense. And also, if you're laying on glass or ice or anything, don't get up. Lay down. Keep your as much body weight as you can spread across as big of an area as you can. Because if you lean up, you're gonna make it. It's the same reason why if you want to penetrate something, you go with a point instead of a fist.
She's on a green screen. It's funny.
Yeah. Although they did actually have a whole like this, they did actually have a lot of this is actual stage and stuff. What they did is they went to a parking structure in like the Universal lot, and then they built they built the set over the edge. So yeah, a lot of people got to go park, and then they were parking literally right next to the set. And here again, if you're on this situation, what you do is just stay as flat as you can and reach out to grab something. If you can't, try to belly crawl your way as close as you can to the edge and grab hold of something, and then use that to pull yourself up. And you're way too far to grab that. Yeah, and here. She apparently had the presence of mind to use her pack to loop it under her arm to keep her from falling through. Because she didn't grab it. You saw he looped it under her arm. Your lucky pack. And apparently it's strong enough. And here. You left the little girl alone in the hide. I get that, yeah.
How is the hide even still up there? I thought it was attached to the car.
Yeah, apparently he tied it off to something, I guess. I don't know. Because they only had the two cars. And here, the T-Rex apparently left. The T-Rex are gone for some reason. They didn't finish the job and push the trailer over. They left for some reason. Don't ask me why. With the first one, with the first time they went away to get baby out, I'm willing to grant that, okay, they were getting baby out of there. They're getting baby somewhere safe, and that's why they came back. But now it's like, why would they leave the job half done? And apparently, how hard is it to open up a flipping door? Although, great Spielberg shot. This shot was done with the entire crane going through the lane. Holy cow, that's an impossible shot to set up.
Oh, sir, what do you need?
Spielberg car. And here.
What, anything else?
Yeah. And here we got them apparently cracking jokes as they're hanging off a cliff.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah. We need 3 freaking. Yeah. Yeah, we need rope. Apparently they can't climb out of it as is.
They don't have the upper body strength. Have you looked at them?
Well, how the hell is rope going to help them then?
They can tie it around themselves and he can pull them up.
He's tying it to a tree. None of this movie makes any sense.
Like this is a really long rope.
Yeah, Spielberging hard, going entirely through the set, all the way across, and then down. Holy cow, Spielberging hard. And what Spielberging is when you do like these absolute insane camera shots for no apparent reason, because that's just what Spielberg does. Yeah, and now they're slipping because we needed more tension.
That thing's just gonna take the car with it.
Yeah.
The car weighs less than that thing does.
What you would actually think to do is tie it to the tree trunk, tie the trailer to the tree trunk, and then maybe tie them to the car, and then, slowly back the car up and pull them out.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, but oh no, the line came undone because, like I said, we just needed more tension. And they apparently can grab onto the edge in that 5 seconds they had.
They're not gonna make it. Just die already. Jesus.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, and here we get a whole comedy bit of, oh, the line's not long enough, so he trips.
Like, what?
Yeah. That line is nowhere near thick enough to be able to hold.
Dude, that mud is so, thick and muddy. If you were trying to drive that thing, you wouldn't have any traction and your tires would spin. So I don't know why this thing is working now.
It gets worse. Yeah, so, okay, he goes back to retie them to the tree, again, and then what you would actually do is use the truck to tie the truck to the tree, because the tree's not going anywhere. Yeah. And so here's the bright idea. Let's get into the truck and needlessly spin our wheels, because that's going to work, even though it's making a frictionless surface now, and it would just fall over easier. Yeah. And here. He's really going at it, even though, like I said, you'd be used to spinning your wheels. Okay. Now, coming up here, you remember how I said there were 3 shots I'm worried about you for? Coming up is one of them. Not this part here where they fall off the rope for tons of reasons. You'll see why in about, 30 seconds, or maybe less.
This poor guy's not going to make it, is he? After all he's done.
Yep.
He's not going to make it.
Look who came back!
Why?
Again, why would they leave the job half finished? Who knows? By the way, where's your gun, buddy? You had a gun. Where is it? Yeah. They see you, and they're not happy. So, although I don't see why they rip the car apart and don't just push that over the edge. Okay. Now, like I said, remember how I said there's a part coming up? Like I said, this is it here of when this guy dies. So I don't know if you want to look away or anything, but yeah. Yeah, kicking the T-Rex away. Yeah, that's a good idea. No. This is it. This T-Rex decides to play with their food. Although I don't think this would actually work. The trailer falling perfectly around them. Then the car also falling off. And thank God the hubcap didn't hit you.
Why did it explode that high?
I don't know. Why did it explode at all? Was that thing storing a whole bunch of TNT? And here, this part here, she climbs up. And then
Are the T-Rex still there, or did they leave after eating that dude?
T-Rex left again. T-Rex left again. Yeah.
Why did they even come back?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then because remember how the other group, these guys met them, and they're saving. What I think should have happened there is we saw the T-Rex kind of like terrorizing Eddie, but we didn't actually see him die. And then when the truck falls over, then when you see that hand, you're like, oh, that's Eddie. He survived. And no, Eddie did not.
That was awful.
Yes.
Where did the T-Rex go? Why did they come back?
I don't know. Because, like I said, what would have originally happened if that were real animals is as soon as Baby got away, they would have pushed the trailers off the edge, and then everybody's dead and the movie's over.
Yeah, like, why did they start to push it off and then stop, only to come back later?
Yeah. Like I said, the only thing I could grant is the first time they go away is to like, okay, they're just getting Baby out of there, and then they came back to push. But it would make no sense that here they're fighting.
How did they get clean? Did they take showers? They were covered in mud, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, here they're setting up that he's like one of those Greenpeace idiot activist people.
Listen to me. By moving the Baby Rex into our camp, we may have changed.
There we go. When we move Baby into our camp, we change the adults perceived territory. Again, that's why you never bring a wild animal into camp. Because mom and dad don't like it and they will kill you.
In the old operations building, even then everything on geothermal power.
And now they're setting up the plan is to go to the old facility. Because apparently when that storm hit in the first one, apparently that knocked out everything here. Although what Dedrick did only happened on the one island. So God only knows how these dinosaurs got away. But apparently that storm knocked everything out. And
That's here. What is the problem?
Velociraptor.
What is the problem? These guys.
Our infrared show their nesting sites are concentrated in the island interior, which is why we plan to keep the outlet.
Wait a minute. What's that?
Peter Schwartz is an idiot.
Velociraptor. Pack hunter.
Velociraptor was not 2 meters tall. Velociraptor was like barely larger than a chicken. Velociraptors were very small. Utah raptors, on the other hand, yeah, they were big.
You're wrong there, Dr. Harding. We'll lose them once we leave the territory.
No, don't bet on it. Tyrannosaurus got the largest proportional olfactory cavity of any creature in the fossil record, with the exception of
Yeah, and then that guy in the background just like, oh, these guys. No, you would pay attention because what if the T-Rex does decide to track you, which it would do?
We could get back down to the lagoon.
And do what?
Sit out in the open, next to a heavily used water source, and hope that your captain decides to come back.
No, he won't do that. He knows better.
And we head to the village. We might find some shelter, and we can call for help.
Yeah, so the plan is to go to the old facilities that were abandoned and then use that phone to call for help.
Eddie, you might show a little respect. The man saved our lives by giving.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, the T-Rex just ain't, so they'll leave us alone for a little bit. Yeah.
No, only humans.
Oh, you're breaking our heart. Saddle up. Let's get this
movie
on the way.
I do like that character, just because he's like one of the only characters who's actually speaking common sense. Yeah, again, you can see a bunch of them holding guns, You can see them holding guns. What type of guns? It looks like M4s.
Excuse me, cowboy.
Who's actually going to have any impact? Jeez. Oh, God.
I don't know the level of bullet resistance a T-Rex had, but I'm pretty sure a bullet would kill it. Or at least hurt it pretty good.
Second greatest predator must take him down. You want to be back? If he doesn't surrender yet. You say it for a second. No?
Yeah, you should just let him eat it and pull the trigger. Because I know what happens later. That guy has a body count. He's an asshole. Kill him.
Remember that chat about 20
And
years
here's this needless blah, blah, blah of, remember that old chat, oh, I'm doing this because it's the only way I feel alive is to hunt things, I guess. I don't know. I do know that is a thing where people, like, there are big game hunters that does exist. I mean, everybody remembers the whole, like, I think it was like Cecil the Lion thing. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to criticize someone who generates an idea, someone who assumes all of this, someone who
You try to sound like Hammond. Yeah. This comes off like a hustle. I mean, it's not your fault. They say talent skips a generation, so, hey, I'm
That's
sure...
his nephew, not his son, you idiot.
Hammond's reaching season his graph, under him up.
Taking dinosaurs off this island.
Yeah, they're...
The worst idea in a long, sad history of bad ideas, and I'm going to be there when you learn that.
Yeah, these will come on minutes later. The bad idea in the long history of bad ideas. And Marie, you forgot to mute something because I could hear banging.
No, my dogs came downstairs.
And this part here, this absolutely makes no sense. She brushes against the branch. There's apparently wet blood on the branch. Wouldn't that blood on her jacket have dried up by now? It's been at least a day. We saw that.
Unless she has she clearly has some kind of blood disease. The blood's not drying. It's infected. She's going to die.
That's the baby T-Rex's blood. That's not her blood.
Oh, yeah, no, that definitely would have dried by now.
Yeah. It makes no sense of how she could brush against a branch and there still be wet blood there unless you have an actively bleeding wound.
Not drying in the humidity.
Also, idiot leaving his gun alone with an animal rights activist. Let's just point that out for a second. Yes, I'm leaving you bread clubs like you did with Harry Potter for me. So, yeah, they're just taking like a 5-minute break to relax.
Didn't she say at the beginning to not, like... She has fresh blood on her that's not leaving. Why didn't she leave the jacket behind?
I'm gonna say this. This guy's going out to take a leak. Okay, fine. In this situation, you don't go out to take a leak. I don't care. I could be with the most prissy teenage girls ever. In this situation, I'm going around the tree and that's it. Because it is so easy.
He's really going far to take a leak.
Yeah. No doubt.
He's got poop.
Oh, don't worry. We get comeuppance from him where he screwed the compies earlier. Like, dude, you're just taking a lead. This is why you don't go super far from the group. Hello. Yeah. And he pulls out his cat up prod thing again. And it's apparently the same one that he saw earlier. Yeah. But again, that's why you don't go super far. Because, guess what? You got lost. Again, in a survival situation, if you need to take a leak, I don't care who you are with. If at most you would just go behind a tree, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, and this guy. Don't worry, he's got the Walkman. I do.
Get away from the cat. How does the Walkman still have good batteries?
You're asking me. He must have a couple packs. Because seriously, yeah. Although I don't think you would ever be in a forest with this little undergrowth.
That's true.
Whee! And I do know this can happen. of if you're walking through a forest and you're not paying attention, you make a wrong step and fall down a very steep incline. I do know that can happen. It has happened before. I've seen it happen in Boy Scouts. That was a fun call to 911. Let's put it that way. Copy attack! Yeah. Now remember, I said they're venomous. Keep that in mind. What you would actually do is grab one, break its neck, grab the next, break its neck, grab the next, break its neck, is kill them all each one by one. And this one here, that one going after its lip, it's actually he's actually controlling that. I don't remember how they set it up, but it's basically like they set up a pliers so when he squeezes it, it goes hard, and when lets it go, it doesn't. And that's how they got that shot. Is he was controlling how that, and he went to town on that, I will say. And now notice how they're treating it exactly like predators do. They bit you a bunch of times. Now they're just kind of sitting back, waiting. That's exactly what predators do. Is if venomous predators do, they bite, they let go, and then they let the venom take course.
Zeus, did you sneeze on the computer?
I saw her tail. I didn't see. Yeah, again, you left your gun next to a wildlife activist who's an idiot. You might want to check that, by the way. Carrie, yeah, you're a teenager. You can walk yourself. Yeah. And again, we see, a bunch of them are carrying guns. And no one realizes that idiot left. No one, because they don't have the buddy system, apparently. Again, remember how I said this is kind of where Steven Spielberg kind of went a little bit more horror movie? This is kind of, yeah. I think you can clearly tell that he's been envenomated now because he's clearly not acting as like he was. He's tripping over nothing. He's panicking about everything. Yeah, so I think the venom is taking course and paralyzing him and making him hallucinate. That's my guess. I don't know. Yeah, you can see him stumbling here a lot. Yeah. Now, if comeuppance were actually real, what we'd actually see is a giant count samplizes with a cattle prod and zap him. Yeah. And here we go. Nice effects of just a whole bunch of bloody water. He's dead now, by the way.
I got that because the subtitle said the screaming stopped.
Sure.
When did you last see him?
15 minutes.
Yeah, they realize now that a guy is missing, so they're like, okay, we got to figure out where the idiot is.
He's alive, we'll find him. The rest of you keep right on. 10 minutes, you should reach the ridge.
Yeah, 10 minutes, you'll be to the ridge. Wait for us there, because now he and his little buddy RJ are going back to find the guy. Which you would never actually do. If a guy gets separated from your group, can't you say it, leave him. And so, yeah, and here,
Carry on.
it's like, oh yeah, come on guys, let's carry on. Let's blah, blah, blah. No one listens to him. But then Vince Vaughn gets up. Vaughn gets up and what the hell? Wait, hold on. What the hell is Vince Vaughn sitting on? That's not a rock.
No, that's definitely like a suitcase or something full of like equipment, I guess.
A huge suitcase.
Who's carrying that suitcase?
I don't know. Yeah, and apparently they have a bunch of tents brought with them because reasons. I don't know. Baby cat, yay! That's Percy.
That's Zeus. Say hi, Zeus.
Zeus. Okay. I'm trying to recognize your cats, but I can't do it so far. I'm sorry. I know you have a black cat. Isn't your black cat Knives?
Yeah.
Okay. I got that one right at least. Yep.
Walking through the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah,
we got dinosaurs.
Let him take a drink. Did you find him? Yep, just the parts they didn't like.
The operations building is right down in there, about a mile and a half from the base of these cliffs. I've seen it. Now, the climb down won't be easy. We'll let them sleep one more hour.
Yep. We'll let them sleep one more hour, then we'll try to hit the ridge. It's apparently very hard to climb down. And, yeah, they have snacks open in camp. How do you not do it? Never, ever, ever.
Julianne Moore went through a whole list of rules for how to survive the jungle. She's broken every so far.
Single
She's got
one.
fresh blood on her jacket. There's food at the camp. She brought the dinosaur to their camp. Like, every single rule she laid out, she has broken.
Yeah. So,
also, how are they all sleeping in the open? They couldn't even find, like, a cave or something?
apparently not. But, yeah. If you listen, you can hear...
Well, my subtitles
finally
say
realized that having the T-Rex baby blood on the jacket that you've been wearing was probably a bad idea. Do we get a shot of the water? No. I thought we would.
No, we saw they had a bunch of puddles that were rippling. They did have a few shots.
Yeah, but and here, look who's back.
It's so cheesy looking.
Yeah,
the
it is.
shadow of it.
Yeah, and again, he's
really
the only one
low.
awake. Wouldn't they have people awake and keeping watch? Apparently he's the only one.
What kind of watch are you gonna have against dinosaurs?
30 people who are awake with active guns, and if you see a dinosaur, start shooting the thing.
Oh no, that's a fair point. Okay, but seriously, I didn't realize T-Rexes were this flexible.
It's getting down, yeah. Well, I mean, because you remember, they don't stand straight up. They stand like this, and the legs are here. So it is possible they could bend down like this, but it wouldn't be comfortable. I will say that. Yeah. See what? Yeah, and again, you have snacks. Oh, the little girl woke up now with a T-Rex 2 feet from her. How the T-Rex doesn't realize that there's food right there, I don't know, but it's focusing on the jacket. Great shot of the teeth, though. By the way, that T-Rex is real. That's an animatronic T-Rex. Both the T-Rexes, for the most part, are real. There are 2 animatronic T-Rexes. Because that's how they upped the ante with this one. Oh, don't worry. Someone wakes up and...
Wakes everybody else up?
Yep.
Fuck you, Carter.
Yep. Don't move is not going to help, buddy. Again, everybody here is armed with an M4. Why is no one shooting it?
Because they know their guns are going to actually be useless if they were to try.
I'm pretty sure T-Rex is not bulletproof. Yeah, here. And this is why you don't bring your gun and leave your gun next to a bunch of animal rights activists, because he's an idiot. He took out the shells. Well, some people are shooting. It's just apparently they're missing. Okay. Oh, and don't worry. We get to see Carter getting his comeuppance here. Carter tripped. He got trampled. And super trampled. Bam. Yeah, oh, it kind of sticks to your foot, too. I forgot about that.
Oh, what is that? Why?
I don't know. I forgot he stuck to the foot.
They had a little too much fun with how far they took a few of these things.
Yeah, they went to town and they had way too much fun with it. But yeah, don't worry. Although the bullets they were shooting at the T-Rex didn't work, this trank gun will clearly work, even though it's shooting a projectile that goes way slower than a bullet. Ouch. He got one into it. And remember how they said that one trank was supposed to knock it on its ass before it even realized? It's still unconscious. Okay. Now I'm gonna continue on. Remember how I said there were two basic big paleontologists at this time? They kind of had a rivalry, and this guy they have in the movie is dressed up like the latter.
Yeah,
This guy. This is kind of a fun story because again, their big argument was like, is T-Rex a predator or a scavenger? And they made, like I said, the guy who was working on this movie was saying it was a scavenger. The other guy was saying it's a predator. And again, this guy's dressed up exactly like him. So this part here where he gets a snake, which by the way, you would realize it's not a deadly snake. Yeah. So this part here where he gets eaten, this is based off a real guy. He liked it. When he saw this, he liked it and sent a message to the other guy going, I told you the T-Rex was a predator. That is hilarious. Yeah, a T-Rex left in a hurry though, and then he could come through real quick.
Where did that snake even come from? It crawled down his shirt from the collar. Was it on the wall?
Yeah, but again, there, you know how there's a whole line of red versus black, friend of Jack, red versus yellow, kill a fellow? That was a king snake. That was harmless. Yeah, and remember how earlier they were saying, oh, don't go into the long grass?
They literally just yelled it again.
Yeah. This is why.
Velociraptors?
Cameo time! Although there are good scenes in this movie, this is a really cool scene coming up here. Where you see them all walking through, just wait for it. I think it's like 2 seconds more. The camera's going to, right here. Where you see them walking and you see all these paths converging towards them. Cool scene. Doesn't make the movie good, but cool scene. And apparently no one can yell out at, oh God, I'm being attacked. Again, you guys have guns. Why is no one shooting? Oh, yeah. They can jump out.
What was that? I didn't realize velociraptors could jump like that.
That was an Olympic velociraptor right there. That's what that was. Olympic high jumping velociraptor.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Although this part gets me here. Ian Malcolm never encountered the velociraptors in the movies. So how does he know to fear this sound that he hears in about 30 seconds? You hear the velociraptor growling? He never encountered the velociraptors. I don't know how he knows.
Because they still attacked everybody else on the island he was with.
But he didn't know what the sound was. Did they explain to him exactly what the sound was?
Maybe that was part of the tour, earlier.
Fair. Okay, I can give you that one. I'll give you that one. Yeah, and remember how I said it's very easy to come off cliffs if you're not paying attention? Again, although thank God they survived.
Right.
Although, here's the thing. They're in you see a bunch of bones there. That would clearly be a nest of some kind. You don't sit. You move.
The communication center is in the operations. I'll get in there and I'll send a radio call, right?
Vince Vaughn's not going to make it.
I won't spoil, but...
Okay, here we come.
Yeah. So Vince Vaughn's plan was to separate because Ian's hurt, we assume because he's... So Vince Vaughn's plan was he's going to run ahead, call for help. So he gets the operations building, which we will see later. There are supposed to be dinosaurs everywhere, but apparently they're all gone right now. Oh, we get a nice little jump scare coming up here in about a second. Nice little jump scare where it's like, oh, it's a poster. Okay. Why would they have this poster set up if this was just an operation center, not the actual park? You're asking the wrong.
Because it's just to motivate the people who are working here. It's the same company. Companies do it all the time. They'll put up posters of their other places, so you can see, oh, this is the same company I work for. Look at the cool crap we do.
Yeah, I don't know.
My company does it. I've got pictures of all kinds of places that I
In the
have
office?
nothing to do
Really?
with. Yeah.
Weird. I don't know. It seems kind of pointless to have like, here's a poster. This is where, like, here's a poster of Disney World. You wish you were there right now.
I wouldn't be all that surprised.
I will say it is my hope that one day we can do an actual Snarkfest from Disney World. Although I seriously doubt that's ever going to happen. It would be very fun.
If I was at Disney World, I'm at Disney World. Sorry, Jake.
That's a very fair point. You've been to Disney World, haven't you?
Yes.
I haven't. I didn't have a magical childhood growing up. I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland. Or
I went for school, so don't worry about it.
Hold on. There's Disney World, Disneyland, because there's like 5 different parks. I forget what they're all called.
Disney World's in Florida, and it's 4 different parks. Disneyland is in California, and it's 2 different parks. And then there's one in Hong Kong, Paris, Tokyo.
Well, I knew they had one in Paris.
Yeah.
I remember they had one in Paris. I remember when they were building it, they were kind of like, no one was going for a while because Paris, I don't remember why, but no one would go to it. So they were having kind of a problem actually getting people to go to it.
There's also going to be a Jurassic Park Paris now because this was such a hit, obviously. Just got to have those around the world. Oh, I mean, that's why they're bringing it to San Diego, right?
Yep.
San Diego already has parks.
Yeah. So, yeah. Who keeps texting me? I don't know. Yep. They're walking through bones of a dinosaur, which would clearly mean this is a hunting ground. So you wouldn't be walking, you'd be kind of booking it. Yeah. Oh, the whole callback of the electric fences. Because again, this is a different island. So what Dennis Nedry did shouldn't have affected this island. How it did, I don't know. Apparently that storm was a kick-ass storm. Don't ever call out when you're in a something, because guess what? Predators go, oh, what is that? Maybe that's tasty.
Yep.
Roar! And don't worry, it attacks the pack, not her.
Oh my god, of course it does.
It's going after the pack. It's not attacking her, it's going after her pack.
It's her lucky pack. It just saved her life.
Yeah. Now realizes the pack is not tasty. Yeah, velociraptors don't sit there and mug. And here, yeah, you're mentioning bad CGI. Really, yeah, it really shows here. Although this part here coming up, the velociraptors don't jump up and mug at you. They jump up and attack you. So I don't know why it jumped up and went, roar! It would just go and attack you. Although, yeah, here, using the door as a barricade, yeah, I don't think that would work. Ouch. Although I will say that the dinosaur kind of has like a moment here when we see it in the background of, I just did a magic trick. He's gone. Ouch. He wasn't in the car, so I'm pretty sure that door was slammed on his legs. Would the velociraptor be strong enough to break a dry? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Pretty tough, but maybe. If it were to use its claws, it certainly could, but when it's just pushing its head through, I don't know.
But is Chris Pratt's Owen character related to Vince Vaughn's Van Owen character? Because that'd be pretty funny.
No.
Okay.
Kick its nose! Kick its nose when it's doing that. Yeah, and these dinosaurs apparently can't figure out how to open doors, even though they've been living there for a while.
But that was these are the round handles. The other ones were the
vertical ones.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing in the first movie was, oh, let's hope they can't figure out how to open doors, and then they did.
Yeah. But don't worry.
So the dinosaurs don't go around the back of the building and see them also digging.
Oh, don't worry. But the stupidest part of the movie is coming up here in about another couple minutes. Not yet. We're not there yet. Don't worry. You will see it. Okay, she looks her head through, doesn't see anything, so she's gonna have Kelly go through. Oh, look, there it is. You apparently have very bad eyesight.
Like, yeah, you should have started with that. Jesus.
Why would you even bother closing the door? It's not in.
Why are these velociraptors so dumb? They were so smart in the first one.
You're asking the wrong idiot. Oh, look who it is! Yeah, we saw an Olympic high jumping velociraptor earlier, but this one apparently can't. Yeah, here's the stupidest part of the movie.
Oh, it's gonna start an electrical fire?
No.
Oh, her gymnastics that she got booted from the team on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
She uses her gymnastics to kick it out the window.
That was a really long setup. I'm glad she had started her gymnastics spin before it hopped up there.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't think she has enough weight behind that kick to be able to push it through the window. The other one's coming through.
So they just went back out the front door, even though he did leave a velociraptor at the front door attacking the car he was in.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know. But here's the thing: what actually happened? I'm pretty sure we've seen evidence that velociraptors were actually cannibalistic. They would go eat the dead one that got impaled. They wouldn't bother eating. Yeah, here chucking these ceiling tiles. Again, we saw that they can high jump, so they can easily get to you. But apparently, this one can't get to you. So you have the great idea of I'm going to chuck this velociraptor onto it. Ouch.
This, I get the feeling that roof wasn't put together very well if all the tiles just slid off like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ow, that would have knocked the wind
don't
out.
worry, they're too busy fighting each other.
She landed right on her back.
Yeah. The dinosaurs are too busy fighting each other to realize that, oh, tasty food. And she falls through another building, through a window, onto the ground, right where they're standing, and that's when the helicopters come in. Yeah, and unfortunately, here we see that Nick did not tragically pass away. He did survive, even though he most certainly should have. God, the building's falling apart, but thank God the helicopter pad's still stable.
Well, it would have been more constructed better, right?
I would think the helicopter pad would actually be like on a concrete plaque, not on top of the building, because you have plenty of room here. You have an entire flipping island.
Yeah, but maybe they put it on top of the building to keep it away from all the dinosaurs. Would you want to land next to a T-Rex that's chasing you?
But there's electric fences that were turned off. The electric fences would keep this safe but here, remember how I said you don't leave a loaded gun next to an animal rights activist who's an idiot? He unloaded the bullets. So everybody who died from the T-Rex till now, his fault. Yeah, here they got the big T-Rex because obviously, he tranquilized it.
Roland. You're probably saved, Indian. We lost everything we came after on this trip, but this animal and its infant are going to single-handedly bail us out.
Yeah, his buddy's dead. He's not exactly thrilled.
Trophy! Not only, but it's alive. Everyone on the planet's going to line up to appreciate it and everything done. What's the matter?
He didn't make it.
Yeah, RJ, his buddy that was always kind of following around, RJ died. So now he's all depressed. Which, to be fair, you would be. I'm sorry, if your best friend passed away, you wouldn't be happy.
No, but you're right too. Like, if his friend, like, if they're friends because they're both good at hunting, why did he wander so far away to go to the bathroom?
No, different guy. That was Peter Stormare. RJ was a different guy. You remember the guy who was yelling out, "Stay out of the long grass"?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why would he follow them into the long grass? I don't know, but yeah. But here this part kind of bugs me. They're in a helicopter which has the biggest fan possible pointing down. I don't think you'd have these clouds whiffing past. I'm pretty sure you'd have the clouds going down.
I don't know how helicopters work.
Helicopter is a big fan pointing down, so they use a lot of air pressure to point down. And now they're in San Diego. And the movie is about, about 30 minutes left, or about 40 minutes left. I will let you guess what happens.
San Diego doesn't make it. Goodbye, Comic-Con.
Yep. So now it is said. Now here's the thing: they captured the adult male T-Rex, but apparently, what we hear in a bit, apparently they also captured the baby T-Rex.
Yeah, no, they already mentioned that before that they were going to go get the baby T-Rex.
What was the mother T-Rex doing? God only knows.
Well, that's what they said. They were like, grab the baby T-Rex and let's get out of here before Mama knows that they're missing.
Yeah, I don't think that would actually happen because, like I said, one of the T-Rex parents is always going to be near their nest. And here we start getting our King Kong references. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm blown. No, that was like crazy now. Apparently he sees them through the spotlights, which I don't think you'd be able to see through all that spotlight.
Yeah, it's real hard to see things past spotlights. Mm-hmm. It's real hard.
Yeah, no, I've been on stage crew where it's like, okay, we're setting up sets. When you got all those spotlights on, you can maybe make out the first row, but that's it. And even then, you're pushing it. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, remember how I said they start putting the King Kong references here? Notice the ship's name is the Venture. What boat brought King Kong back to the mainland? The Venture. Although this actor here, he's in a lot of things. I don't know his name because he's never a main character. He's always a background guy. So you see him everywhere, but I have no idea who he is. Because like I said, he's always just a background character.
Was he on the board of Oscorp and Spider-Man?
I think so. Because like I said, he's in everything. It's just he's always a background guy.
Yeah.
What's everybody looking at? Because apparently they hear the boat. We should stay in the damn car. Yeah, everybody can hear the boat approaching, and no one has put together that bad shit's happening because they're not responding. Yeah, you might want to get out of there. I don't think... This is I forget what movie it is, but there's a movie where it's like alien invaders and everybody just stops to look at a screen. I don't think they'd be doing that. I'm pretty sure they'd be going, let's get the hell out of here because there's a boat coming at us.
Like, they knew that boat was coming in fast. You're right. They would have been like, get out of the way. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
You're coming in way too fast. Oh, crap. They're not stopping.
Let me see the limo get totaled.
I'm surprised the boat even kind of made it to its destination and didn't, like...
veer off course. Yeah,
and end up somewhere else. Like wash up ashore, like dead in the water months from now.
Yeah. Someone was in the car? What?
No.
Yeah, because they were having this press docket right on the freaking pier for some reason, even though I don't think you'd have it on the pier. And it's apparently 4:00 in the morning or something.
Well, they wanted to show people the dinosaurs as they disembarked from the ship.
I doubt that. I think you actually have to, call a press meeting like a day in advance. And here, where's the crew? All over the place. And here,
there'd be more blood everywhere if that were the case.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Nice hand effect of a guy just.
No, but there'd still be more blood splatter all over that cabin.
So, I'm pretty sure you know what happens next. I'm just very curious. How the hell did the crew get eaten?
Because the dinosaurs escaped.
There's only one big dinosaur on that boat.
What about the baby dinosaur?
That was
You froze. What about the baby dinosaur?
on the boat.
The baby dinosaur wasn't on the boat.
Nope. So apparently the T-Rex managed to squeeze itself through these little through everywhere and eat people. And here, this guy died holding that door closed. So why the hell would you press the button to open it? Or T-Rex on the mainland, and he's very angry. Yeah.
I'm surprised the ship is as intact as it is. Because if that thing ate the crew inside, that place would have been ripped to shreds.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and here we get our whole scene of Ian Malcolm coming up. Listen. Now you're John Hammond. Because earlier in the movie, he had that whole line of, bringing dinosaurs to the mainland is a bad idea, and the long list of bad ideas. There we go. Although I'm not sure what this is. Is this like Port Authority, and these people apparently don't know what the hell, don't realize that T-Rex is going right past them?
Yeah. Even John Hammond wasn't dumb enough to bring the T-Rex to the mainland.
Yeah. Yeah, here they're saying, why wasn't it tranquilized? It was tranquilized, but he gave it too much, so we had to give it a little bit. So we had to give it like a stimulant to wake it so it wouldn't stop breathing. And they didn't know how much because they're idiots.
I'm surprised they even bothered. Does the infant come back into play later in this movie?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
See, now you hear how they're talking about where's the infant?
Yeah.
Here they set it up. Here, listen.
First thing it's going to do is go to the water source, and then it's going to look for the next thing his body needs. All the container equipment is here. We've got to get back to the dock. Go my son and see where. When we brought the baby to the trailer, it came.
I hear you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how they get it back. And I do love his I know what you're gonna say. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. And he says it. And he's like, crap.
Infants on the plane. They already told you.
No, it's in a facility. Yep.
In San Diego, his house.
Yeah. No.
What's the actual crap?
Yeah, it's walking through downtown or walks through a residential area and no one notices. Don't worry, I found a pool.
That's going to taste so nasty because it's either highly chlorinated or it's salt water.
Well, it is. Well, it would be very, very dehydrated. So it's just kind of like, frick, I need water of some kind.
Yes,
pretty sure it'd be chlorinated.
But drinking pool water isn't going to help.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's either
but again, this is an animal. This is an animal,
or
not
salt water.
Yeah. It wouldn't help hydrate you. It would just.
If anything, it would make you more dehydrated and kill you.
Just like soda does.
Yes.
That's something that always gets me is like people in horror in like survival games. Like, I drank soda. How come my character's still dehydrated? Soda dehydrates you. Don't worry, the kid makes it. Or we think. We don't actually see what happens. My gosh, stop it with these pop-ups. I don't care. Learn how you can help Ukraine today. It's like, seriously. Yeah. There's a dinosaur in our backyard.
I mean, to be honest, if I was this kid's parents, I'd be like, you're just having a nightmare. Just come back to bed.
Yeah.
It's fine. There's no dinosaurs. They're all extinct.
Yeah. But they don't worry, they gotta argue.
It's just a big iguana. It's fine. Go back to sleep.
No, but they gotta argue about it as they go into it. Apparently he has a fish tank in his room. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, here they're arguing, and then apparently they were too busy arguing to not see.
Oh, he ate the dog!
He ate the dog. And here, no trespassing people would be prosecuted. I do love that how they're like, okay, slow down, and then just, although Ian Malcolm has a really kick-ass car, I will say. Where's your husband? He would probably like that car.
He doesn't care enough for this movie to want to watch it.
Fair enough. Even though there's a car in it, I think it's a Mustang. Like I said, I'm no car guy, so I can't tell you.
Not a Mustang.
It's a nice car. It's a sports car. Yep. There's the baby. No shit. They're just going to let the T-Rex not be sedated. Yeah, I do like his line here. But
Maybe this is going to be like you. Yeah. And maybe some angry recognition.
No.
who knows what it's here.
Hey, what the hell you think you're doing?
Spielberg getting shot through the mirror because that's a hard shot to set up, by the way. So I'm pretty sure they would shoot him.
Always find the adults.
Follow the screens.
Yeah. Now, remember how I said there was another a couple parts where I think you might worry this part coming up here in a bit. We've got a little bit of ways to go through it, but yeah, now the T-Rex is going through downtown San Diego. Why it goes after the stoplight, I'm not sure. This bus driver is not paid enough. I don't think honking at T-Rex is going to make it happy.
No, honking your horn at a T-Rex is not going to do anything.
Yeah, ouch.
Wait, why are they... That's not what happens.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and look at the background movies. Like, there's Jack and Tsunami Surprise. Yeah, there's some old movies for you.
Oh my god, it's a blockbuster.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, these Japanese guys, they're actually screaming, "We left Japan to get away from this." T-Rex Godzilla reference. Here's the part where I think you might want to close your eyes and your ears for what happens here. Oh, by the way, this guy is named David Koepp. He's the writer for the movie, and yeah, in this part here, kind of gruesome. Yeah, but yeah, that's David Koepp, the screenwriter for this movie. Yeah. Yeah, it's eating people. Who would have thunk? Gas was $1.09? Holy crap, I wish we could have that back.
It's 1997.
I know, but still. Nowadays, we got gas, and gas here is $4 a gallon. I'm not sure how it is in your area, but I knew some places like $7.
Come on, wake up.
Oh,
You might want to unmuzzle it.
yeah. Don't worry, he knows. I like this callback. The 78 ball, the 76 ball rolls by like the car rolled by earlier. Yeah. He's angry. Now, again, why are the police not showing up en masse with like shotguns and everything? Like I said, I don't know how bulletproof a T-Rex is. I'm pretty sure you could find a weapon to kill it considering. Oh, don't worry. They got animal control there, though, because animal control is clearly going to help. Yeah.
Who are you going to call? Someone else.
Yeah. There. Casper. That's a movie we need to do, too. Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah. Do you know where you're going? Yeah.
Right on the other side is.
The docks on the other side of the warehouses. Don't worry, I'll make a way. Apparently that warehouse is super poorly put together considering a car could just ram through it, no problem. Yeah. You guys had quite a lead on the T-Rex if it's not there yet.
Right?
Yeah, don't worry, it's still behind you.
Yeah, still behind you.
Okay, the muzzle's still on it. Nice shadow effect in the background there, though. And okay, the muzzle is still on it. You're an idiot, dude. By the way, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Back alive.
Okay.
Does he think he's gonna help somehow?
Oh no, he's trying to save his company, so he's trying to cape the T-Rex. It's still got the muzzle on. So I'm wondering, do we get a shot of the?
It is making the stupidest sound. It sounds like a dying goose.
Well, to be fair,
that was my baby
T-Rex make? Okay, we didn't actually see them unmuzzle it. What? Okay, at this point, I'm pretty sure you'd be like, okay, I need to get off the boat, considering they just jumped off the boat at a very high height. Yep, they left it down in there.
So that they could trap it down there.
Yep. Well, because they're not worried about it; they're worried about the big one.
Yes.
Apparently, because that's the thing he's not realizing that baby has mother, baby has dad, and dad loves that baby. Dad's not gonna let it. Dad's not gonna let you keep it. Because, like I said, this is like I said, we now know that T-Rex lived in family groups, and yeah, there was no way they would. Yeah.
What did this guy think the plan was? They asked him where the baby was because they needed it.
Oh, okay. So they show him picking up the muzzle, so they at least show that it has been unmuzzled. Yep. And in the background, because apparently he's stupid enough not to hear.
Despite the fact that you see the water and all the thuds any other time the T-Rex comes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're screwed, buddy. I don't know what your plan is here. But this is probably my favorite scene of the movie. Coming up here. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. Because big T-Rex is not going to do the killing. He's letting baby do it.
Gotta teach the baby how to hunt.
Yep. Yeah, I do love this. Of just the baby goes off and it's like, oh yeah, dad's just super proud watching. So yeah, stupid scene, but I do love it. Yeah, you're taking way too long to go tranquilize it, considering that they're going to shoot it. Close the door now. Oh, yeah, T-Rex realizes, so he's going to be... How have you not loaded that gun already? Jeez, that would have been the first thing you did. And they have a guy hanging out the side of the chopper, apparently not taking the shot yet.
Those doors close really slow.
Yeah, they do. Again, he was holding an M4, so he was holding the same type of gun that the other people were shooting it earlier. So apparently, yeah.
So what is their plan now?
There is no plan.
The boat's on the ground. Like, you can't just push it back out and get it going again.
Yep.
No one's going to...
Unfortunately, there is no plan. This is now the movie's ending. So apparently they managed to tow the boat away somehow, even though, like you said, the boat is on... It's like, it's on the ground. It's beached.
Yeah. That boat would have taken so much damage doing that.
Yeah. But don't worry. Apparently, it's still seaworthy. Because here we get our whole epilogue scene coming up of them moving it back in the same boat.
First night shot of the deck of this ship.
Yeah. CNN Live. Yeah, most likely the infant would be alongside.
Unless it's eating it.
Why would the dad eat the baby T-Rex? I don't. Yeah. And they're past. Apparently, he can sleep with his head up like that. I don't know. What's with all the popcorn? Yeah, and the now the Navy concerned because now they have an entire fleet around the boat in case the T-Rex decides to wake up again. In which case, what the hell is it gonna do then? The T-Rex, it's gonna attack the other landmass that's in the middle of the ocean. What? Yeah, and here we see this was Hammond's original plan of Hammond wanted to make it a nature preserve, so now he's getting what he wants, considering a T-Rex just rampaged down San Diego. Yeah.
These creatures
are absent. Although here's the thing, how many T-Rexes are there? Because how many animals do you need to get past the inbreeding problem is my question.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if there are only 2 of them, okay, you're going to survive for maybe a generation before they just start dying from the inbreeding. Although there's no way a T-Rex would be that close to a Stegosaurus and the Stegosaurus not be upset. And here we got our pterodons, which land on this very, very small branch, which is apparently strong enough to hold it up. I don't know. And that was The Lost World, everybody. It is a very dumb movie. It is a very dumb movie.
Like, who wanted this movie made?
Steven Spielberg, because he wanted to make another boatload of money. No, this reminds me of a quote of of Jaws 4, which we're never going to get to. Is one of the actors was being asked, how did it feel to be in Jurassic? Why am I saying I got Jurassic Park in the brain? How did it feel to be on Jaws 4? And he's like, I never actually saw Jaws 4, but I did see the house that Jaws 4 bought, and it is beautiful. So that's yeah. I don't remember who said that, but yeah, Lost World. It's not as bad as 3, but it's still not good. It is like I said. I think I spent more of the movie watching your reactions than I did actually watching the movie because I was getting hilarious of you cringing at the stupidest.
Because it's so dumb. They do the stupidest things.
Well, yeah, but like you said, she made a whole list of what not to do, and she broke every single rule.
Every single one.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, again, Lost World, Jurassic Park 2. It is a bad movie. I can't. There's no defending it. Like I said, there are cool scenes. There are really cool shots in there, but a cool shot doesn't make a good movie. So, what were your thoughts, considering this was your first time watching it?
It was as bad as my sister said it would be.
Yes, that's kind of how I thought it'd be. So, but yeah, yeah. And by the way, like I said before, we're doing the Jurassic Park movies just because of, hey, we want to beat the last movie coming out. We are not going to do Fallen Kingdom because we have already done that. I'm still trying to download that to my computer because, unfortunately, I didn't host that one. James did. This is before I knew how to use the streaming service. So, yeah, I'm trying to convince James to download it and send it to me, but he's being very slow on it. So, and by the way, you still have to download the one and send the Mortal Kombat one, which you hosted.
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, it's not that hard. You just got to click download and downloads an email, but whatever. So again, Jurassic Park 2. Next week, we will have to do Jurassic Park 3. Bring alcohol. Because I know I'm going to.
I've seen Jurassic Park 3. It's cheesy, but I like it.
It's just so bad.
That's so bad that it's kind of good again.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. I think it's just bad. So, but yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us. We will. Will you be able to do this next week? Because you're still.
We'll find out next week. It's a week by week basis right now.
Okay. Fair enough. So everybody, thank you for watching. Good night. Good night.